presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So guys, before starting this presentation, I'll provide you why I break it in smaller pieces. And after that, maybe I'll provide you what exactly this presentation is. So first thing is for actual agile coach course you need at least 24 to 25 hours based on which you can complete that particular course, which is a professional course. Second thing, after completing your agile coach course you got the certification, but here one thing guys, I will not provide any kind of certification through these presentations or through this training. This is a purely training based on some requirements I found on international level, where few of our team members required this presentation or this entire course series in a English language. So that's why I started this presentation in a English language. And truly guys, believe me, I know only English. I don't know how to speak German and how to read German. So that is my lacking. But don't worry. So now I'll provide you some sort of information what I'll provide you in these all 24 days. So first 2 days are introduction. In first introduction, I'll provide you what exactly product overview and what exactly waterfall model, what exactly adopting changes requirement, agile principles, so why agile comes in a software development, what is the reason in current market everybody is adopting agile and leaving waterfall. So what exactly the difference between agile and waterfall, so I'll provide that also information to all of you. In second day I'll provide you how do you need the team, how do you need to learn about team members. So when you are acting or you are taking this role as an agile coach, how you have to deliver with your users. User maybe your team members, maybe your client, maybe your management, maybe your peer superior. Lot many peoples are there. What about user stories, defining user personas, conducting user research? These all the things I'll provide you tomorrow, means second day. Day three, I'll provide you about understanding the product. So when you are acting as a agile coach for any team members, first you have to understand what exactly their product is and how that product is working. Somebody, guys, can you still see my screen?
No, we cannot.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll share it again. Yeah. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Thank you. So, just give me a second. Okay. So, this is third day. Day fourth, I'll provide you about the user stories. What exactly user stories are, how to map the user stories, acceptance criteria, what exactly invest criteria is, definition of ready, definition of done, epics and their spikes, and the entire information about that. Fifth day is a product backlog and planning, how to refine your product backlog, how to plan your sprint. I'll provide you in each and every section some sort of technical tips also, guys, which maybe help you to work more smartly with your team members and gather more and more results also. Day 6, I'll provide you estimation of work, how to estimate your work and how to estimate your sprint, how many stories or story points you can gather in that particular sprint and how you have to run that particular sprint. So I'll provide you those information. Seventh day, I'll provide you prioritization, like how to prioritize your work when you are working with your team members or with your product project. At that time, how to prioritize things and how to manage the things. So I'll provide you all this information in 7 day. 8th day I will provide you reviewing and adjusting about product reviews, demo reviews, product owners acceptance, retrospective meetings, and how to get more and more output from retrospectives. So these things I'll provide you at 8th day. 9th day I'll start agile framework, so it will continue at 10th day also. I'll provide you some sort of general information about framework. In this I had already added Kanban, lean process, lean Kanban, Spotify models. So these frameworks overview I'll provide you in 2 days. 11th day I'll provide you communication related issues, their solutions, problems, and how to tackle those things. From 12th day we will start actual presentation on tooling section. So in tooling section, this time I had chosen Jira and Confluence, which I'll complete next 7 days. From 12th day I'll provide you practically how you can use betterly Jira and Confluence, and what kind of use is Jira and Confluence. After that, I'll provide you about the matrix and measurements in Agile. So which kind of matrices are available, how you can apply it in your product, which matrices are compulsory, which matrices are optional. So I'll provide you that entire information. For next day, I'll provide you Agile transformation. So in agile transformation, I'll provide you how agile is transforming from waterfall. What exactly agile transformation pieces, and uh, dealing with management like higher management or client management. Sometime dealing with management is very easy. Sometime dealing with management is very difficult. So how to tackle these communication and management dealings? I'll provide you that entire information. After that, I'll provide you the common issues which you may face already, or which you will face in your future also. Like communication issues are there, or dealing with your team member, dealing with client, dealing with management, dealing with product. So lot many issues are there. I have an entire list. I'll provide you that list, and I'll provide you the solutions also, how to deal in these areas. In additional lecture, I'll provide you about Agile. This is something purified information about Agile design pattern for sprint technical debates, about Agile games and activities, and setting up your emails and performance, like how to set up your emails and all the things. Last 2 days are for advanced agile coach training, where I'll provide you a lot many things, guys. This is something surprise which I'll provide you in last 2 sessions, means day 24th and day 25, where I'll provide you how the advanced agile coach handle the teams, product, projects, managements, more than one clients at a time, and how to deal with this. Believe me, guys, I am experienced in this, because right now I am handling 25 teams at a time. I am working with 6 projects at a time right now, and after handling my work, still I made this presentation and I am in front of you to give you the training of Agile Coach. So this is very easy. Just don't worry about it. If you have fear, I can't handle more than one project, or I can't handle more than 2-3 teams, this is a myth, guys. You can. I'll provide you how to do this. So let's start. So welcome, guys, in my session, and I am Gajanan Chaudhary. I am giving you a warm and healthy welcome. Stay safe, guys. Stay home. Okay. So starting from our first slide. First slide is agenda. So in our first day, what we are going to learn. So we are going to learn what is agile and what is waterfall model. Basically, what is adapting to changes requirement, what will be the real agile principles and values in agile. Is it only for software development or is it for other developments also, like for other industries also? What exactly Scrum and how it related to Agile? So we will see all these things. So I'm starting. So first thing guys, what exactly waterfall is? So if I provide you or if I'll take you in our past, so maybe 20 years back from today. So 20 years back when the software industries are started going almost in 2000 2001, at that time waterfall model is a very popular model for each and every industry. That may be startup, that may be middle level, that may be a giant industry. Everybody is working on waterfall model. What exactly this waterfall model is? So I'll provide you some sort of detail about waterfall model. So first client approach to company and provide their requirements, and after that product manager, program manager and business analyst or chief business analyst, these three guys meet the client gather all the requirements and analyze those all requirements based on their experience. After that they created one document which we called as an analysis document, and they provide that analysis document to client. Once client certified it, it come back to organization, and then they break it in requirement which they called as a requirement gathering. Till the time only three peoples are available in this entire group or in this entire project. After analysis of those all requirements, these guys hire the team members like developers, testers, system admin, other guys. So after that team is developed, then based on team, these guys provided the designing pattern to team members. So technical architect design the entire flow of product and project and provide that flow to their team members. Now here is a big chain, like program manager, below that product manager, with product manager there are project managers, below project managers or product managers there are some sort of project team leaders or product leaders, and below their senior and junior team members. So this is a big chain, and you have to go through hierarchy only. You can speak with only your seniors, you cannot directly speak with your super senior. Say for example, if junior guy stuck somewhere or found some issues, then that person either speak with senior engineers or their team leaders, but junior guy cannot directly approach to project manager or product owner or other guys or directly client peoples. And this is so on. These guys created the designs. Based on that design, these guys created codes. After coding, test engineer comes into the picture. So at that time test engineer hired by company, then test engineer get to know the overview of entire product. Test engineer got all the documents from project manager, product owners, that these are the document, these are the analysis reports. You have to read it and start your testing. There is no KT in picture for test engineers most of the time. And based on this, test engineer done their testing, they provided some sort of certification that this product is liable to release on client's environment, and then it goes on client's environment. This is a big chain, this is a big time guys. Say for example, I am giving a very simple example. If there is a banking product always goes more than 2 3 years. So if I gather my requirement in 2000 and if I deliver that requirement in 2005, within this time frame I have very less communication or no communication with my client, then it's a bit obvious my client will panic. What exactly going on with my requirements? Are these team really working with my requirements? What exactly these team members are doing right now? So these all the things started coming into the picture, and because of this client lose their faith their respect from vendor team members. And slowly it come into the picture when the final release goes on production environment. And at that time it's a tag or it's a sentence which heard from client to vendor by vendor most of the time, that we required elephant and you delivered buffalo. This is not our requirement. And because of this, guys, agile comes into the picture. Two guys who invented agile, who read all these things, who studied all these things, and now what exactly agile do? So basically, as I said, everybody comes into the picture when their requirements are pop up. Till the time those guys are not in the picture, those guys are not in the billable section, and those guys are either ideal or either on bench. Now when agile comes, at that time this entire chain, which we call as a hierarchy, is break. There are only three roles: product owner, scrum master, and development team. This is basically the roles which agile has provided. Stakeholder is somebody who is working from client side. Now here are two things, guys: internal stakeholder, external stakeholder. Internal stakeholder means that person who continuously communicated with client, gather the requirement, understand client's requirement, their mindset, their entire product, and where exactly these requirement fitted after the release. So these all the things that person know, that person we called as an internal stakeholder. External stakeholder means client business team. Now what exactly happens is, in agile, after breaking the entire hierarchy, three members who are acting as a scrum master, product owner, and development team. So these guys has divided with some sort of roles, regulations, and responsibilities. Here I'll provide you more detailed discussions in our next sessions also, what exactly product owner is doing, what exactly scrum master is doing, and what exactly development team is doing. But if you see the picture on your screen, these product owner always communicated with our internal management as well as stakeholders, and same time product owner communicated with team members also. So product owner is somebody who gather the requirement from chief product owner or from stakeholder, business guys, business peoples, understand why that requirement is there, where exactly that requirement is fitted, when exactly that requirement required. I am giving you a very simple example, guys. Suppose I am the owner of mobile company. Any name you can choose it, like Nokia, Samsung, LG. So I am the owner of any mobile company. Very soon Christmas Eve is coming or New Year is coming, and I have to grab more and more customer on this occasion, and this is the reason I have to do some sort of changes in my existing product, say my existing mobile or its hardware or its software. So based on these requirements, I called the product owners and I provided them the requirement. Say for example, I do not want the phone which have a keypad where I can manually press the keys and phone is going out or phone is coming inside. So I don't want these keypads. I want changes in hardware. I want a smartphone which screen is big, almost 5 inches screen, with lot many softwares which are very easy, and with one thumb I can operate those all the softwares. So these are my specific requirements. I provided this requirement to product owner, and I provided them a timeline also, that after 4 months there is a Christmas Eve or there will be a New Year occasion, and I want to launch this requirement at that time to grab more and more market. Now product owner gather all the requirement, understand what exactly client required, analyze all the things, communicated with a client, and provided them what exactly product owner is understand, like what exactly client has provided and what exactly product owner is understand. both should be in a sync position. So this is the reason both should communicated. One stakeholder provided the sign off, then product owner come back to team and provided them these all information in a requirement list, which we called as an indexing list. This list is prioritized, and based on priority, team is started working. We will move ahead. So on what basis these guys are working, or what basis agile is working? So I'll provide you a very simple principles. Here one thing guys, these are principles, or we can say in the other language, these are guidelines. These are not rules or regulations which you have to follow compulsory. Whichever is applicable for your project product, you can apply those principles in your project and product. Maybe all 12 principles will applicable for your product or project, maybe very few principles or guidelines are applicable for your project and products. So whichever is applied, you have to apply those things. Now first principle is satisfy the customer. How to satisfy the customer? Customer has given me the requirement, I have provided them the entire product. Now how can I satisfy? So very simple guys, communicate with your customer time to time. While you are communicating with your customer, because he is a customer, you have to communicate in a polite manner. Maybe sometime due to some sort of miscommunication or misbehavior or some sort of missing things, customer may angry. You have to communicate very coolly, very calmly with your customer, and politely tell your customer what exactly your problem is. I seen that almost 95 to 99% customer understand our problem, because they are paying us and they want their all requirement in some sort of format, like in a software format or in a hardware format. So they understand our problems. So you have to communicate from day one when you are started working on client's product or on client's requirement, provided them information, maybe weekly, maybe bi-weekly, or maybe once in a week. You have to communicate for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 15 minutes with customer using legal meetings, or with the communication medias like we are using Webex. So same media you can use to communicate your product and provide them the information what exactly going on in their requirements, which requirements currently we are working, how much we had already worked, what exactly we analyze with those requirements, and all the things. Now welcome changes guys. When you are started communication with your client, maybe sometime your client come up with new requirement or some sort of changes. Say for example, as I told you, suppose I'm a mobile business owner, and I had some sort of changes that my phone should be look like iPhone, or my phone should be rough and tough. These requirements are not provided previously. So these are something changes which I provided. You have to welcome these changes because client provided these changes on an early manner. But Agile never says when you accept these changes or when you welcome these changes, start working on these changes immediately. Tell your client upfront that we are working on ABCD requirement right now. We are welcoming your changes. In our next iteration, we will provide you all these changes. Next iteration, maybe you can took these all change requirement on priority or new requirement on priority based on customers information or customers requirement. Now third is deliver frequently. Now in waterfall, what happens is we deliver the entire product at a time, and this is some sort of burden on client also to verify all the requirements which they provided before 5 years, and find out those all the requirements satisfied by the outcome or by the software or not. So Agile says you have to break these deliveries in a smaller pieces and deliver smaller pieces to your client, so that client will analyze what exactly they want, and are we on track, are we off track, or are we doing something else. So when we are provided these all the information to client will analyze that we are working very well, and if somewhere we done some sort of mistake, client immediately raise the concern and provide us these requirements are not match with your product, so you have to make changes. And these all the things goes in a very smooth level. How to deliver these things? Maybe you can provide two times delivery in a month, maybe 15 days, every after 15 days, or every after 20 days, or every after 10 days. You can provide the deliveries to your clients and ask them to verify whatever we had done with your requirement. Just verify these things are correct, you like it. If you want any sort of changes, just provide us those changes and we will adopt it, we will provide it in a next iteration. So by this way, when you are going to communicate, you can gain very easily clients faith and clients trust. Maybe it helps you after the entire business, they maybe renew the business and provide you more business also. Now fourth principle is work together, guys. Agile never says when you are applying Agile, you have to apply it on 100 team members at a time. No, Agile says you have to apply Agile on 10 members. If you got two new members, or if you require two more members in your team, then break this 12 members team in two part, 6 member in one team, 6 member in other team, and by this way you can apply the Agile on both the teams. But you should not apply the Agile on 100 people at a time as a one team. Now when you are working with smaller team, at that time Scrum Master, product owner regularly communicate with their team members and get the feedback. They always in a concern where exactly team members are they feeling happy, are they feeling very pressurized, what exactly impediments they have. And by this way Scrum Master and product owner can help them. Even in a team also, team should work with team manner, like they have to work with each other. They should not work isolated, or they should not work like a solely, like this work assigned to me, I done my work, now what exactly team is doing, I doesn't bother, I done my work and I'm happy. No, this is not teamwork, guys. You have to communicate with other guys also. Maybe they required your help, you can help them, and you can try to finish their task also by helping them. So likewise you have to work together. Trust and support, you have to trust on your team members. Team members should have trust on you guys. At that time only team member can provide you the original and true report or true communication to Scrum Master or product owner. Otherwise it goes on a false communication, false information, false report. Finally when the time comes when you have to deliver something, at that time team members comes to you and gives you one by one surprises which are very wrong. So this is the reason you have to create a trust in your team, in your team members, in product owner and Scrum Master also, that this is a team and you have to work like a team only. Now sixth principle is face to face conversation. Guys, try mostly to communicate face to face rather than uh, sending the invite for meetings like WebEx meeting or some sort of video conferencing meeting. Yeah, if your team is sitting on geographical location, then there is no solution. You have to set up a meetings through WebEx or video conferencing. But if you all are sitting under one roof, try to communicate face to face. Maybe you can communicate in a meeting hall, or maybe you can communicate on your desk also, but try to communicate on face to face. Discuss the things face to face and try to resolve it at same time. If not possible, communicate the same thing to your product owner, your Scrum Master and your Agile coach also. If your Scrum Master and product owner doesn't have solution, Agile coach will definitely provide you some sort of solution, or provide you a person who can resolve that particular impediment. Now seventh is working software. Guys, when you are delivering something every after 2 weeks, At that time you are providing something working culture, working softwares to your client, and client will be happy to see these things. Maybe this is very small. I'm giving you again a very simple example. Out of 5 requirements, my team has completed only 2 to 3 requirements, which is still fine. If they completed only one requirement, still fine, because one requirement I am going to deliver. If they are not able to deliver a single requirement, in that case scrum master, product owner and agile coach should have a proper justification. That should be a technical justification which you have to communicate with your client on a very early level. It should not be at the last day. Whenever you found such sort of things, you have to communicate with your client on an early basis, and you have to give them a picture, like we are may going to deliver 1 or 2 requirement, but if we resolve some sort of A B C D issues, if we are not able to resolve these issues, or if these blockers are still continue, then maybe in this sprint we are not able to deliver you anything. Our sprint goal will be 0 in this sprint. You have to communicate this upfront. At that time only your client will trust you, because client know in this sprint I have nothing to verify. Maybe in next sprint I have a bulky things which I want to verify. So likewise, now sustainable development, guys. If you delivered one story in first sprint, try to deliver 2 stories in next sprint. Try to deliver 3 stories after that. So you have to find out where exactly your bottleneck, how much stories or story points or work you can deliver in each and every sprint, and this will gradually goes up. On a certain level it goes on a smooth level, it goes straight. You cannot go continuously upside. Somewhere you have to go on a straight level also, but at that time you can understand that what exactly the capacity of your team members and your team, and how much you can complete within that particular time frame. So you have to provide a sustainable development. If sometime you break this change, this entire chain, still fine, guys. Agile never says you have to only grow, you cannot break, or you should not do a mistake. You can do a massive mistake. Agile coach is there to rectify your mistake, to correct your mistake, provide you the coaching, guidance, solutions, mentorship, trainings. These all the things agile coach will do for you every time, and agile coach will resolve your all issues and your all mistakes and provide you a better way to move ahead. Now, ninth principle is continuous attention, guys. When we are working in a team, and when we are working on particular product for particular client, at that time we have a attention, like what I am doing with this product, what exactly my role in this team, what exactly the work I have to deliver after every interval, where exactly this work goes in client's product, and where exactly it fitted. So you have this continuous intention, and based on this intention you can ask as many questions as you want to your product owner. If product owner doesn't know the answer of your questions, maybe product owner go back to client, ask these questions to your client, and client will provide the information to your product owner. By this way, guys, always we are going to deliver a polished product to our client, which when client attach in their production environment, at that time client can gain more and more business. If client gain more business, client will provide us more business. Otherwise we lose the client, guys. So this is just the intention. Now, 10th principle is maintain simplicity. Guys, when you are working in agile way, make the things simple always. Do not make it fancy or very tricky things, because it's hard to understand. Sometimes team members, sometimes management, and sometimes client management also. Maybe team member will understand you, but client management and our management or our superior doesn't have that much time to think on it. So they think this is something stupid things which this team is running, and after that management will decide that close this all shit and you have to start working on a plain level. But we want result because our things are not simple. So this is the reason, keep the things in a simple way, move it very simple way. How to do it, I'll provide you in our upcoming sessions also, guys. Now 11th principle is self-organizing team. Guys, never wait for somebody to come to you and tell you what you have to do. I'm giving you a very simple example, guys. I have two kids. Uh, my son is almost 8 years and my daughter is almost 5 years. And these guys are always in a fresh mood. 24 by 7, these guys are very fresh. These guys are doing lot many mistakes in a full day. They rectified their mistakes and they correct it. But these guys never sit calmly. These guys doing something full day. Sometime maybe I'm providing them some sort of instructions or coaching. Sometimes I'm just watching them. If they finish something, they started some other things immediately. And this is these things we found in small kids. They never sit alone or they never sit calmly. They always doing something. So this is something self-organizing. They organize themselves that I have to do these things. I have to do these things. I have to make a plane. I have to fly a plane. I have to run with a bike. I have to play with a doll. I have to make a story with doll. So my daughter always took her doll in her hand and she makes some sort of stories. And once the story is done, she finds somebody to tell that this story I had created for this doll. And till we listen her story, she never leave us. She always just running behind us and ask us, should I tell you the story? Should I tell you the story? Likewise, guys, you have to provide the information to your team members also, that they have to self organize. If somebody has completed their work, that person should meet other team members, ask them, do you require my help? Do you require my help? Where exactly you are, where exactly you stuck, what exactly the problem you are facing. I am not a good person to deal with this problem, but some of the person I know, I'll speak with that person on the behalf of you and I'll try to find a solution. So by this way you can create a self organizing team. And when, guys, you have a self organizing team, I'll provide you, your speed is too much for delivering the product by agile way. You are always a champion team because your team members never required any kind of instructions. They find their work, they find their way, and they start working, and they provide always a good result. Now 12th is reject and reflect and adjust. Guys, sometime uh, we cannot find every member is very cool or chocolate boy or chocolate girl, something like that. Somebody is rude, somebody may be very shy to speak or to mingle with other team members. And this is the reason, maybe that person is working ideally or identically, solely or separately. So you have to adjust that those guys also. You have to adopt those guys. You have to adopt those guys in your team members. You have to make them, to motivate them to speak in your team and to come work with you. If that person face any issue, then you have to find out and tell that person, guys, if you are facing the issue and if you never speak, maybe you continuously staying on that particular situation and we all the team members move ahead. So you have to come to us, you have to provide the provide your issues, that I am facing so and so issue, and then only we can help you. By this way, guys, we can communicate with your our teams and we can make our bondings with our team members. Agile always says, guys, always balance your work and your life. Never mess up your work for your life or never mess up your life for your work. If you have 8 hours working day, you can finish your work within 8 hours. If something is remain there, you can start it next day morning. But you should not mess up your personal life also. You should be always manage. And this is the reason agile adopted in lot many industries in today's date, right from beginner in industries or startup industries to till the giant industries. Many industries has adopted agile because of this reason, guys. Does agile is only implemented in software industry? Now I'll provide you what exactly going on in software industry. So in software industry, if we go at hardware side, there are lot many departments are available. So hardware R&D is there, new hardware is there, invention is there, uh, other departments are there. In if we come at software side, operations are there, security is there, support is there, infrastructure is there, development is there. Now again there are some sub part also in these all departments where we can apply agile. Apart from IT industry, guys, we can apply agile. Or recently, some of companies, um, I can provide only two names because those companies has applied agile, and those companies has started advertising also. So Nokia and LG has already started applying agile in their industries, uh, which are mobile companies. But apart from that, many electrical, electronics and mechanical industries also started applying agile in their processes. They gain or they collect few of agile principles, methodologies, and they applied those principles and methodologies in their production line so that their production line should be smooth. What is Scrum and how it is related to agile? So guys, if I say agile is a umbrella and our client is maybe I can say a cloud. So when cloud rain enforcedly raining on you, at that time we required something to save ourselves. So agile is the umbrella, and under agile, Scrum, Spotify, Less, or maybe Scare, and other frameworks, these are comes under agile umbrella, guys. By this way, Scrum is related to agile in a very simple language, guys. I'm giving you a very simple example. I'm a new driver. I just recently learned how to drive the car, and now from my apartment to my office, I have to drive through a car. So there are some sort of instructions, there are some sort of way through car how I can drive till my office. So I have to drive from left side or right side. I have to use my brakes and clutch when there is a mob in front of my car. uh, if required, I have to honk. If not, I should not be honk. If there are some hospitals or schools near the road, I should not be honk at that time. I have to provide the lights. If there is night, I have to provide the lights if I have to overtake and the road is single. So these are some sort of instructions, guys, which your coach will provide you when you are learning the drivings. And using these instructions, you can drive the car very easily. You can go from your apartment to your office. And same thing here, guys. Scrum is also set of instructions. Every set of instruction is applies for every flavor. Now what exactly flavor? So development is one of a flavor, operation is one of a flavor, infrastructure is one of a flavor, disaster recovery is one of a flavor, security and compliance is one of a flavor. These flavors never meet with each other. These flavors are like a seven colors rainbow, and when the seven colors rainbow appear in a sky, at that time it's look very beautiful. Same thing when these seven colors gather uh, gather with each other, At that time we called it as a beautiful industry, and in our industry we have these departments. Every department is doing different work. I cannot blindly apply Scrum to each and every department, because Scrum is applied only for development. This is basically designed to manage the development projects. Same thing, I cannot use less or lean method to development, because these things are specifically adopted or invented for operation or support kind of projects. Likewise guys, these all set of instructions comes under agile umbrella. Now in waterfall these things are not available. You have to do work based on your priority. So if I am a person who is working in a particular team and I think that these 4 items are very easy, I started working on those 4 items. Whether those are on priority or off priority doesn't matter for me. So likewise guys, agile says you have to work on a priority basis, and these things comes in a agile way. So if you see on my screen, this is a very small GIF by which will provide you the detail, like how idea of sprint and burn down charts are comes, how Scrum process running in a 3D model, or how the Scrum overviews are there, what exactly happens in Kanban. Guys, whatever is available in this GIF, you are going to learn these all the things within next few days till we are completing our entire Scrum process. So I'll provide you this entire information in detail. Okay guys, so almost 14 minutes are remaining. So guys, do you have any query, any question you can ask me? Anybody?
Yes, I do have a question.
Yep.
Can you provide the slides?
Uh,
We can review them later.
Slide I can provide you, but in slide there are only pictures and no information. The information which I told you, this information is based on the things practically I applied in my past life or my experience. So based on that, but I'll provide you this video file which I am creating right now for you guys, and this may be available on YamTube very soon. So here I had recorded everything, and I want your questions also guys in this recording. So this is the reason I am asking. If you have any query, any question, you can ask me. And one more thing guys, from tomorrow onwards, whenever you guys have any question, any query, you can ask it same time. Just don't wait for question and answer timing. Sometimes we just miss those questions to ask. That's why. Okay. Uh, Yeah, Scrum is specifically designed for development kind of project where at least 80%, minimum 80% work is for development work, where team members are developing the things, tested the things, and then goes on production. So where 80-85% work is going in a development manner, at in those project or with those teams you can apply the agile sorry Scrum methodology. But other than this, there are almost 700 frameworks guys. If you want, I'll provide these 700 frameworks list on YAM. These all 700 frameworks we can apply on different kind of project or product. Say for example, for operation and support you can use lean with less environment, or lean with Kanban environment. Again, in support there are so many things are going on under support environment, under infrastructure environment, under operation environment. Every team is working in a different fashion, in a different color. If you want to apply the agile with that team, first understand what exactly this team is doing. Based on that information, you can match that information with agile framework. I'll provide you the 700 frameworks, and if T system permits me, I'll provide you the detailed knowledge of those all 700 frameworks also whenever you require. So you can choose that particular framework and you can apply it. Here I am giving a very simple example. In India, if I have a cough and illness, then maybe my doctor prescribe me paracetamol 650 mg with some sort of other tablet, which is for cough and cold. So I am taking these both the tablets at a time. Same thing, guys. If it is applicable that your particular project or your particular team required a specific framework, but that framework is not able to fulfill the entire thing, then you can apply the joint frameworks also. Giving you a simple example in Agile, if we join Kanban to Scrum, it's a Scrum ban. Without Kanban, it's only Scrum. So same thing, you can apply less lean methodology or lean Kanban methodology or scareless methodology. Likewise, so you can join two frameworks and you can apply it on your teams also. So this is possible, guys. Any other query? Any other question, guys?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
Like you said at the beginning of the session that you're going to cover this agile in series of 25, 25 sessions.
Yeah.
So would there be each session every day or how it would?
Guys, this each session is every day, same time, same place. I manage all the holidays which are there in Germany in May. So, apart from holidays, this session will be continue on this time. If you want more information, you can visit my profile on YAM and you can find out the dates also.
Okay, okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other query? Any other question, guys? Guys, I know you all are very busy, and due to Padmatic right now, it's not possible to meet you face to face and communicate with all of you. Even in Padmatic, somewhere the workload is increases, somewhere the workload is decreases. But I know my each and every team members, my each and every peer and colleagues, you all are very precious for us, and I know you all are busy in your day-to-day work. You are not able to provide me 8 hours per day, but you all required this information or this knowledge, and this is the reason you guys are trying to search this opportunity or this agile coach sessions also. And this is the only reason I break this entire session in 25 parts. Daily 1 hour you can manage. Within that 1 hour, I'll answer your all queries, questions. Even guys, I'm challenging all of you, come up with massive questions which you have and which answer you do not find till date. I'll answer those all questions in my alls in these sessions, guys. And second thing, why I break it, because sometime somebody is already working as a agile coach, scrum master or product owner in some sort of areas or some sort of project, but those guys having somewhere lacking knowledge or lacking skill in some sort of area. Say for example, communications are there, manage priorities are there, handle team members or management or client is there, how to prioritize product or product backlog or work culture is there. So somewhere somebody is lacking in some sort of area, so those guys can attend only those sessions, that is also fine. And this is the reason also I break it in 25 sessions. Any query, any question, guys? Guys, you can write to me also questions if you stuck somewhere after this session also, or in your full day also. If you stuck with some sort of questions or some sort of queries related to agile, whichever query is that, you can write to me. I'll try to answer my level best. Even if possible, I'll provide you the answers with screenshot or with some sort of good pictures also, by which you can easily understand what exactly the solution is. So is it fine for you guys?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes.
So guys, if there is no question, should I stop today's session? I'll meet you tomorrow, same time, same place, with expecting a lots of questions.
I thought there is a link of your overview in the chat for those who didn't already accept the all 25 training. That's a blog overview.
Or you can send me the list of your DLs. I'll provide you a new mail where I can provide you the links of each and every session with the entire information. Is it fine, guys?
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining my session, and I'm waiting for all of you tomorrow also. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening. Stay safe. Stay home, guys.